about priests. There were different jobs for priests. The high priest oversaw all of the religious ceremonies and advised the pharaoh. Temple priests were in charge of the temples scattered throughout Egypt. More priests handled other common concerns, and they gave advice and performed healings. Women were also allowed to be priestesses. Priestesses were very much the same and treated the same as male priests. They oversaw temples, music, and even dancing. Temple priests played a very big role in ancient Egypt. Every temple was to honor an Egyptian god or gods. A temple's priest's main job was to take care of the god or gods. A temple's god was thought to live in a statue. The statue was housed in a holy room called a sanctuary. Only a priest who cleansed her or himself would enter the sanctuary. They were to avoid foods like fish to be associated with the lower classes. He or her had to cleanse their body by bathing 3 or 4 times a day in holy pools. They also had to cut off their body hair and wear clothes made of linen because animal products like leather and wool were unclean. Once they were purified, they could perform their sacred duties. Priests had a special role to play in burial practices. Egyptians believed that they lived after death. They think the spirits of the dead needed their bodies in the afterlife. For this reason, they preserve bodies from decaying through embalming. Embalming is to treat a dead body with preservatives to keep it from decaying. Priests oversaw this sacred and powerful work. Embalming process had many steps. First, remove the organs, then pull the brain out through the nostrils. Only the heart was left. Egyptians believed the gods used the heart to judge a dead person's soul. The organs were packed into jars to preserve them, like in movie labs. The organs and body were dried out with a special salt called natron. After about 70 days, the embalmers washed and oiled the decorated, the wrapped body, or mummy, as it usually is called. They spread a black, gooey gum over the body and wrapped it again. Now the mummy was ready for burial. The mummy was placed in a wooden box, put inside a coffin called a sarcophagus. Because the Egyptians thought the afterlife was much like life, the coffin was buried with other items like drinks, food, furniture, statues, gold, jewelry, and games. Not all Egyptians could afford such complicated burials. Poor Egyptians, like peasants, wrapped their dead in cloth and buried them with beer, bread, and other items they thought would be needed. Nothing as valuable as gold or artifacts and things like that.